getting closer to pushing me off a life's little edge. G'day guys, Chaos Chronicles. Well, as promised, I was going to do you guys a video on the boob lingo, and so what it is, just so everybody knows before I get into it, so it's basically a language in itself, you know, and it's a language that's been adapted from Cockney slang. So Cockney slang is like, you know, like the Pommies use that kind of talking. And so it's an adaptation from Cockney slang. And, you know, also before we start, I just need you guys to know that this is a language that people use all the time. And it's actually funny because a lot of the older people use this like very, very commonly. And what I've noticed as well is the new dudes tend to use this a lot because they see that the old people are using this language, and then so they use it. So it's not like it's a secret language or anything like that. Obviously it was made, so the whole purpose of boob slang or boob lingo, whatever you want to talk, boob chat, it's to throw the scent off what's really going on, you know. And it's so it's hoped that when you use that the screws don't know what you're talking about. But let's be honest, they know exactly what's going on with the lingo, and they know exactly what you're talking about most of the time. I'm actually pretty sure that they would probably get a bit of paper like this when they start, just to let them know, you know, what things are. But before I use the list, I just want to, you know, so there's this language is like, it's absolutely hilarious, and it still makes me laugh when I hear people use it. But so everyone that goes to jail, everyone calls the toilet the Brasco, right? So don't ask me why they call it the Brasco. I have no idea. But the toilet is the Brasco, you know, and a lot of people, everyone basically calls the toilet the Brasco in prison. But let's get into it. So we'll do some drug related ones. So basically, if anyone's talking about drugs, they usually say Persians or Persian rugs, which means drugs, you know. So, you know, someone will say, oh, you know, have you got any Persians? And then they'll say yes or no, you know. But then you've got like Jack and Jills, which are pills, you know. You've also got, oh yeah, mate, have you got a Gary Ablett? Tablet, you know. Fried rice is obviously ice. Can I have a tomato paste, which means a taste, which is what they say when they want to, with the thingy-majiggy. So, you know, then you've got like, oh yeah, I've got to go see my three-wheeler when I get out, which is a dealer, you know. I'm going to go see my three-wheeler to get off my 3KZ. I might try and get some Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, I'm going to have a Captain Cook at that. That'd be great. So basically what I just said then is like, I'm going to go see my dealer when I get out of jail to get some smack and get off my 3KZ, which means your head, and I'm going to have a Captain Cook means have a look, you know. So it's very easy to say it when you know it, you know what I mean? So, you know, have you got any birdseed, mate? Speed. Oh man, I'm gonna get some weed, and I'm gonna have a Hong Kong. What's a Hong Kong, do you reckon? That's a bong. Alright, so we said, oh, and then after I have that, I'm gonna get very Al Caponed, which means stoned, you know? It just makes me laugh reading it out, you know. Alright, so we've got, oh, there's the grasshoppers over there, quick run, the coppers. They call the King Farouks, which, no racist stuff here, but that is like gook, and that's what they call Asians, the King Farouks. And then the hair triggers, which is an N word that rhymes with trigger. I'm sure you can go there. An egg and spoon, which rhymes with something else. A rice and sago. I'm gonna go have a bubble and squeak over there, which is a geek or a Greek. Alright, so we'll go to the body parts as well. It's hard because like I'm reading it and then I've got like sentences in my head that I want to say, but your tin shed, which is your head, your cheesy chase, your hail and pace is your face, your trams and trains is your brains, your I suppose is your nose, your north and south is your mouth, the fish and chips is your lips, the barrier reef is the head. I'm missing my top barrier reefs, so that is teeth. Your piss flaps, which is traps. Your motorboat, which is your throat. Your pots and pans, which is your hands. Your breadcrumb, which is your bum. Your plates of meat, which is your feet. Alright, we'll go into some objects over here. So I'm gonna go fill up my Aristotle with water because it's gonna be a hot day today. It's a bottle. Your dunny door, which is your Commodore. Your rock and roll, you're on the dole. Your rubdy dub, which is the pub. Your Bugs Bunny is your money. Your splash is your cash, obviously. Your Mars bar is your car. Your eau de cologne or your dog and bone is the phone. Your Dad and Dave, you're going to have a shave. Captain Cook, as I said before, have a look. There's a Joe Blake on the ground over there. It's a snake, and there's a Joe Blake over there sitting on the chair. Your David Boone, which is your spoon. I'm going to go have a nice Ricky Lake tonight, which is a steak. Your Bull Answer, your pants. Your Herald Sun is a run. Your Angus Amasco is your Brasco. The Brasco is the toilet. A tin tank is the bank. Your strawberry jam is a tram. A left jab is a cab, like a taxi. So I'm not going to go over there tonight because there's no lights. It's a little bit Noah's Ark over there, dark. I'm going to go get me ginger ale out of the letterbox over there because I haven't got any letters in a while and I'm waiting on some ginger ale. I think I've got some in my letterbox mail. Dog's eye, pie. Don't be nasty is a pasty. I've got my baked beans on, which is my jeans. There's just so many here, guys, and so it's like I said, it's just so easy to use it. So like I said, I'm gonna go see me 5'8" when I get out. I called him on the eau de cologne because I'm gonna go see if I can get some Fleetwood Mac. I just want to get off my 3KZ, so I'm gonna have a Captain Cook at that, and we'll see how we go. But then, really, when I'm using my trams and trains, I probably shouldn't do that because it's not the best thing to do. I don't want to get, and I don't know 3K why, but it's exactly, what I want to Scooby do. And so, yeah, the boob language, guys, I know it's been a little bit all over the place, and there's just so many in there to read, Your apple strudel is your doodle. Your Salt Lake Cities is your titties. Your salada crackers is your knackers. So yeah, that's the boob slang. So basically, it's just a language that's derived from Cockney slang, which is basically words that rhyme with other words, and it's used very, very frequently in prison, and people have a good time with it. It's a bit of a laugh because you can use it with the new screws. You know that they're not going to know what you're talking about, but there's also other languages as well. There's Pig Latin, alright, Wallaby, Delabone, Ullaby, Gullibo, Ullabo, Delabear, Anaben, Delaben, Ullaby, Willabill, Gullibo, Ullabo, Delabear. So that is legit a language that some people know how to speak and other people don't. So that's called bubble Latin or something like that. And then there's Pig Latin, which is like Ukve, Uye, Unkay, which is exactly where the Adlay and all the Eatswa came from. So it's basically they just take the first letter off the first one and then they put it towards the end. So Ukve, Uye, Unkay. So you can probably imagine what I said then. It was a pretty bad saying, but people can use it. But the other one that I can say, like Olabai, Willaben, Tullabu, Jalabai, Element, Willaben, Olabai, Wallabai, Delabear, Akamen, Gullibo, Olabai, Delabear. So literally, I can have a conversation like that for an hour with my mates and know exactly what they're saying. But then if they stop in the middle and they start going, Uye, Oge, Obe, Dobe, Debe, you know, I know exactly what they're saying and I can speak that absolutely awesome. But I can also, you know, I can actually, as I told you guys, I smoked BIFF, which is Suboxone, 99.9% of my whole jail sentence. So I can literally ask for that in most languages, you know what I mean? So I can say in Arabic, anda khabet, which means have you got a tablet, you know? In Greek, I say have you got nigota, which means chicken. You know, and so I actually learned how to speak a little bit of Arabic when I was in 23-hour lockdown for 19 months, and so I was in the slot, which is like, I think it's 8 to 10 cells, 5 on each side, and then I remember when I was in there, I was the only Aussie, and so in the spine I'm talking about, not the Charlotte slot, but yeah. And then over time, I just learned how to speak, and you know, my favourite thing to say is undak baklava, which means which means have you got any baklava? And if you guys haven't had baklava, my God, that shit rocks. But alright guys, there we go. That has been the boob lingo and a little bit of bubble lingo, a little bit of lad chat in between. But that's exactly how it's used, and it's a very, very common thing in jail, and a lot of people have been asking me to talk about it. So there you go, guys. That's the boob language and a little bit of other language added in. This has been the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Ciao.
You're getting closer to pushing me off a life settling.